Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I really wanted to share my forever wish list with you guys. I've seen a few girls doing this recently and it just seemed like such a great idea. I'll link some of the videos down below. I think there were 3 or 4 creators that I saw do this video already. But basically what we're going to be talking about are products that have been on my wish list, are living on my wish list. I don't know if I'll ever get around to purchasing these items, but they are things that I've just been wanting, and these are things that I just haven't made the splurge to purchase, and I'm not ready to like say, oh, I'm never gonna buy that. They're just kind of hanging out there in my wish list, and that's where they're probably gonna stay. Sorry, my phone is blowing up. It's been a busy day. We're getting ready to move, so I have real estate agents and husbands and mother-in-laws texting me like crazy. So if you hear a lot of binging, I'm really sorry. It's been a little crazy, but let's get back to it. So the first thing that I wanted to mention, I do have a baby size of this. I actually just got this as a 100-point perk, and I was so excited because this has been on my wish list forever. I'd still really do want a full size, but right now I'm gonna have to make do with just this mini because this is an expensive lipstick. This is the Tom Ford lipstick. I do have the shade Indian Rose in this little mini size. The reason this has been living on my wish list is because a full-size lipstick is $54. $54, you guys. It kind of hurts to even say that. That's the same price as a whole palette. So for a single lipstick, $54 is really hard to imagine spending that much money. So that's why even during like the VIB sales, I have never taken the plunge and purchased one. But I did wear this little baby size yesterday because like I said, I just got it. And I think it's a nice lipstick, but I don't think it's like $54 lipstick, you know what I'm saying? But I've always wanted to try one, so I'm really glad that I got this mini size, but I still really do want a full size, and I think that's gonna be a forever wish list item. The next thing that I have wanted for so long, like ever since I first started seeing reviews on this palette, I've been wanting this, and I just haven't gotten around to purchasing it, and it's this guy here. It's the Queen of Hearts palette from Colored Rain. This palette, it just looks so beautiful. All the reviews I have seen on it are very positive. People love this palette. I've seen it in a lot of creators like top favorite product videos. So people really love this, and that was Baron, by the way. He's taking a nap in the corner, but he just kind of shook. Anyways, people really love this palette, and it just seems like one that I know I would love if I purchased it. The only thing that's been holding me back on purchasing this particular palette is that I just have so much eyeshadow. I just cannot justify buying another palette, and I do have a lot of similar colors to the colors in this palette, but I still really want it. I don't think it's ever gonna come off of my wish list. It's just one of those things that I've always wanted, and I still really do want to get this palette. The next product that I have had on my wish list for so long is this face powder from Laura Geller. It's called the Balance and Brighten Baked Foundation. So my friend Melanie over at Mr. Kong's Mom, I'll link her channel down below as well, she talks about this foundation all the time. It's her holy grail. She wears it every single day, and she has beautiful skin. So I've always kind of wanted to try it, but it's one of those things that I've had it in my cart. I've almost purchased it so many times, and I don't know what it is that holds me back. Now, I'm not like a foundation, I'm not a powder foundation girl. I don't wear powder foundation on its own, but I do wear powder foundation to set my foundation, and sometimes I'll wear it on its own just depending on what I have going on that day. Here and there I will, but I still really want to try this. I've heard so many good things. It's just been on my wish list. So yeah, someday I'll try it. The next thing that is on my wish list, this, oh my gosh, this has been on my wish list since they first launched, and that is these Wayne Goss eye brushes. How long have these been out now, you guys? I cannot even remember. I know it's been at least a couple years, but ever since I heard he was coming out with a line of brushes, I was really excited. I think he is a very talented makeup artist. I love watching his videos, and I knew the quality would be there because of his integrity. When it comes to his artistic integrity, I feel like he's just a very well thought out. I feel like I just knew that he wasn't gonna cut any corners with his products, you know what I'm saying? So when I heard that he was making these brushes, I was like, yes, I really wanna try them. And then I saw the price range, and I was like, I really want to try those, but I don't own any Wayne Goss brushes. I've never had the privilege of trying any. I've seen some people get them in different like subscription boxes here and there, and I'm like, ugh, I would sign up for that box just for that brush, but I don't own any Wayne Goss brushes. I've heard amazing things about all of his brushes, and I would really love to try some, especially his eye brushes. But yeah, that's another thing that I think is going to be living on my wish list for a while. It's just one of those more expensive items that it's definitely an investment. I know it'd be worth the investment, I just don't have the funds to do so. But yeah, that I'm just looking at my brushes right now thinking, I need some Wayne Goss brushes to go in there. It looks sad without it, but that is definitely something that's been on my wish list for a long time. Another item that has just been on my wish list forever, and that is the full-size Viseart palettes. I do have a couple of the mini travel size palettes from Viseart, and I think the quality is incredible, but the price is the reason that I have held off for so long. The full-size palettes are $80. The little mini Theory palette that I bought was $45, and then I do have the Petite Pro palette, that one was $30. So I bought the smaller palettes because it's a smaller chunk. You don't get as much eyeshadow, but I really wanted to try them, and they're definitely worth their price point. They are amazing, amazing quality, but again, it's just one of those things that I can't justify spending that kind of money right now on eyeshadow when I clearly don't need more eyeshadow, but it's something that's been on my wish list. I really want the full-size ones, but I think someday I might splurge on one of those. I've also been seeing the new one. What is it called? The new palette, the Viseart Grand Pro Volume 1. Now this hasn't been on my wish list that long because it's not been out for very long, but this palette is calling to me. It's $175, you guys. But I really want it. I want it so, so bad. It looks gorgeous. It's got so much variety of shades in there. I know I would use this thing to death, and that's why I really want it, but at the same time, again, like I keep saying, I just don't have the money for this right now, and I have to hold off, but when I first saw pictures of this palette, I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I can't afford it, but I really want it. The next thing that has been on my wish list for a while, ever since they really came out with these, and that is the ColourPop pressed shadows. So I do have some of like the Super Shock shadows from ColourPop, but I have never tried the pressed ones, and everybody talks about them, everybody raves about them, both the individual eyeshadows as well as the ones that come in pre-built palettes. Everyone says they're amazing for the price point, but I just haven't gotten around to trying them. Once again, it's like there's just so much makeup being launched all the time. You kind of have to prioritize because you can't buy everything. It's just impossible, and that's one of those products that I've always looked at and I'm like, oh, it's affordable, I should just do it, but then other things come up that I'm like, oh, I need to buy this for a review purposes, and it always just kind of gets pushed back. So I've never tried the pressed ColourPop shadows, and you guys keep telling me I need to try them, especially when I did my single eyeshadow declutter. Everybody was like, what? You don't have any ColourPop eyeshadows? And I'm like, I know, I'm kicking myself for not trying them yet. I just haven't got around to it, but this is something that's been on my wish list again for so long. I've gone onto the website so many times and like filled my cart up with single individual shadows from them, and then I'm like, oh, I just can't spend that money right now. So I've talked myself out of that one a lot, but that is something I think eventually I will try that one. It's been living on my wish list for a while. All right, and then the last thing that I wanted to mention that's been on my wish list forever is this Secret Brightening Powder from Laura Mercier. So I do have the translucent powder from Laura Mercier, and I do hear that most people prefer the translucent one over the Secret Brightening Powder, but I have heard people say that they really love the Secret Brightening Powder, and I just really kind of want to try it. Like, it's always been one of those things that I'm like, I want to compare it, I want to see how is it different, and is it something I would enjoy using. So that's another thing that's been on my wish list for a while. I almost picked it up in the last VIB sale. I had it like ready to go in my cart, and then when I made my final cut, it was one of the last things that I took out. So it's been so close. I've been so close to picking that one up, but yeah, that's just another one that has been living on my wish list. So those are all the products that I have been lusting after but haven't made the plunge to purchase. I'd love to hear what you guys have on your wish list that's been living on there for a while that you really want to get but you just can't bring yourself to do it. Leave those comments down below. Let me know. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that you enjoyed watching this video, and make sure to subscribe while you're here, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys!